breaking more details of the remand copy of the arrest of these three individuals from Sassoon Hospital. 2 doctors and 1 peon have been arrested by the Pune police. The police, remember, want to probe who else spoke to the doctors in order for them to fudge these samples in order to protect the teenager, the Porsche driver. The police say government documents have been manipulated to this end and that a conspiracy was planned in detail to save the underage son of Vishal Agarwal in the Pune crash case. The Pune police is currently probing some financial transactions as well. I want to go across to India today's Divyesh Singh, who's been breaking every piece of news coming out of this case for the last few days. Divyesh, the big story today broken by you, the arrest of 2 doctors for shockingly fudging the blood samples in order to protect the teenager. Now financial transactions are also going to be scrutinized, which means the police still doesn't know who made the calls and ordered this forgery.
Well, Shiv, as per our sources in the police department, WhatsApp calls and FaceTime calls of Dr. Ajay Tavre are being looked into, that are being checked to find out who was the person who called up Ajay Tavre in the morning itself. Even before the boy was brought to Sassoon Hospital, Dr. Ajay Tavre had received instructions on what to do, on what needs to be done. Because when the boy, the minor accused, was brought to the Sassoon Hospital, during the physical examination, I again emphasize on this, during physical examination, the doctor present, Dr. Halnoor, told police officials that I do not smell any alcohol. There is a walking test that is done of accused persons while doing an alcohol test. That also he okayed. He said he's completely normal. While the police officials who had brought him could smell alcohol out of the boy. But Dr. Halnoor clearly stated, मुझे कोई smell नहीं आ रहा है, कोई alcohol का smell नहीं. After that, he took the blood sample while the cops insisted that a blood sample be taken. He took the blood sample and, acting on instructions of Dr. Tavre, who is his boss, he then put that sample in a dustbin. And after that, he used some other person's sample, swapped it with some other person's sample, which is suspected that this blood sample, which was used or which was sent further to FSL, was brought in from mortuary.
Incredible.
Again, that is a shocking piece of information because it is suspected that this blood sample was brought from a mortuary.
Yeah, incredible details. Stay with me, Divyesh. I'm going to come back to you. I just have Milind Deora, Shiv Sena MP, with me on the phone line for a quick reaction on this story. Milind, welcome. Thanks for speaking to India today. Day after day, today happens to be 1 week since this story, became the kind of national story it is. Your thoughts first off, Milind, on this story, because with each passing day in our coverage, it has emerged that there has been collusion at all levels, whether it is the police, whether it is doctors, whether it is the Juvenile Justice Board. There is a clear sense of VVIP privilege and protection that's been extended to this underage driver. Milind.
No, firstly, anything that is being unearthed by the India Today group, I would firstly at the outset congratulate you and invite you to do more. These are things which are public issues. These transcend which party is in power, and ensuring that speedy justice prevails is something which is a firm belief of, I can assure you, of this government in the state. As far as any kind of collusion, if it comes to light that there has been any collusion, there has been any malpractice, there has been any siding with the accused, I can only assure you about one thing based on my conversations with the Chief Minister at the highest level of the Maharashtra government, that the government is very, very clear and very committed to ensure that justice prevails, to protect nobody, to ensure that the law obviously will take its own course. We're not a democracy, we are a democracy. We have a court of law, we have a judicial system that is robust. But there is no question of allowing any individual, no matter how powerful they may be, to go scot-free, to take the law into their own hands. So My simple point to you is that the government is fully committed to ensuring that if anything comes to light, whether it's done by an independent agency, whether it's done by the media, it will be actioned, it will be looked into very seriously, and the government will do everything they can to make sure that justice prevails.
Milind, you're saying that the Chief Minister has, personally looked at this story and he has promised action at all levels. You're saying that?
Absolutely, and I can tell you he's somebody who is, I've seen a lot of politicians in this state over many decades, and I've seen them handle many a controversy which involve issues similar to this. He's someone who's very clear that regardless of who the person is, which party they're from, could be his own party, could be any other party, could be someone with no political affiliations but a VVIP in terms of their wealth or other status. He will not let somebody, let the guilty go scot-free. And as I said, that doesn't mean we have to go into a witch hunt. That also means let the law take its own course. Let the police do their job. Let the investigating agencies do their job. Let the judiciary do their job without pressure from politicians and media. But by all means, if anyone has any evidence to the contrary that somebody is colluding to protect the guilty, to protect the accused,
Milind,
the government will leave no stone unturned, whether it's the Pune police, whether it's the police department, whether it's any other government department, to ensure that speedy justice prevails.
Milind, final question. Accidents happen, VVIP privilege is not something new in the country, but one of the reasons why, perhaps people have been shocked in the way that they have been about this particular case is the impunity with which elements of the system appear to have worked for this family in order to protect this boy. That's one of the reasons why, people are very angry. Has the government recognized that? And that's the reason why urgency is required to send out the right message? And will it be sent?
My information is very clear that the government has acknowledged and is continuing to acknowledge whatever is coming to light. Again, sometimes does collusion happen regardless of which party is in power? It's possible. Does collusion happen at the lowest level? That's possible. But at the highest level, I can assure you that there is no question of protecting any of the colluders, whether it's the accused or whether it's a member of the government, could be of any department. So at the highest level, they've taken cognizance of the fact that there are media reports coming to light that collusion may have happened, and the government will do all that they can to arrest those who are allegedly guilty and to prosecute those in a court of law who have been accused of colluding with the accused.
Okay, Milind,
there's no question of protecting, giving protection to anyone. There's no question of, regardless of who this person is. I'm saying this person doesn't seem to be somebody who's a politician. But even if this person was someone with political connections belonging to any party, there's no question of supporting these kinds of things. These things, people, this is not about rich versus poor. People who misuse the law, it could be anyone regardless of their economics, which strata they belong to. People who misuse the law have to be given a stern message that they cannot misuse the law. And whether that person misusing the law is a rich, spoiled kid, whether it's a rogue police officer, there is no space in Maharashtra for this kind of taking the law into their own hands. And this is not the first time it's happened. It's happened even a few months ago, if you remember, when a rogue police officer went to an industrialist home and was planting bombs and trying to extort money. So both ways, these are things which have been condemned, these are things which have been criticized, and these are people who have been jailed. So I'm sure the law will take its own course, but at the highest level, to answer your question, yes, they've taken cognizance and they will protect no one and ensure that speedy justice prevails.
Milind, thanks very much for speaking to India Today. The Juvenile Justice Board is also not beyond scrutiny, Divyesh. The 300-word essay, 15 hours, bail granted to this boy after just 15 hours. The Juvenile Justice Board judge will also need to be investigated about whether, anybody in the Juvenile Justice Board was compromised in such a manner by the Agarwal family.
Well, yes, Shiv, we've received this information from our sources in Pune Police that an inquiry is being conducted in these regards also. The person, the non-judicial member On the day of 19th of May, it was a holiday court and there was no regular judges available. So a non-judicial member held the hearing. He heard what police had to say, and he is the person who signed on the order stating that the boy should work with traffic police, do social service and write a 300-word essay. Despite police officials adding and pointing out that they have added the section 304 of IPC, culpable homicide not amounting to murder, which was done in complete knowledge by the minor accused, and the same day application was also filed that he should be tried as an adult.
Yes.
But despite that, the Juvenile Justice Board released him, allowed him to go home, and only asked him to write a 300-word essay on accident and what is the solution to that.
So the non-judicial member...
This is under inquiry.
Yes, finish your point.
He was compromised. Whether he was compromised or not, whether he acted under pressure, whether he indulged into some illegal activity, that is being probed. It is part of the probe. Remember, police officials have said that they are leaving no stone unturned, and each and every person is being investigated.
Divyesh, thanks very much for getting us that report straight from the ground. 1 week since we began our coverage, and we won't be stopping anytime soon. Our reporters on the ground will continue to bring you the big lead story on the Pune case every single day.